And welcome again. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're getting ready for the next Wrexham game, wherever you are on this wonderful little planet of ours that's going crazy everywhere. Not just for football. But anyway, I'm getting into this. I hope you are too. And we've got some club news coming up, definitely. But we've got channel news to start it off. And we're also going to talk about the women's team as well and some of the news coming through. So we're going to keep you occupied and keep you entertained. And we're talking Notts County, we're talking Wrexham, we're talking Notts County sitting second, Notts County sitting third in the league. No, this won't decide who goes up, but it could help along the way, especially if you're thinking if you don't get an automatic promotion spot, if you end up in the playoffs. I think either of these two teams is capable of getting promotion. And I'd say either of these two teams is capable of winning if they have to go through the playoff spots. Could it potentially be that both teams go automatically up, or will one of these teams finish in the playoff spots? It's hard to say right now, but I think as form is going, I think both teams are giving themselves a real decent chance. Not forgetting Notts County's won 5 out of the last 8. And there's a lot of good stuff we're going to talk about. But before we get that off the ground, we're going to start talking a little bit of the channel news, because that's what we got to do. Now, sitting over here is the baby dragon that was given away in the last show, Adrian Hersherd. Down there in the US, email fifascup@gmail.com. Down below, go into the description and you'll see exactly the email where to send it. But this little guy, you won. And he's not just a little guy. He's quite the long, slinky little guy. 15 or so inches long. Adrian, that is now yours. Remember, send us an email and we'll definitely get that off to you. But thanks for entering the competition, everybody. The email response was amazing. So I'm quite flattered and humbled at the same time, the amount of people that got into this. So big thanks to you. And I'm going to say this much. We're going to be giving away more 3D printed pieces of artwork. What do you think that is? That is the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, 3D graphical printing. You want to win that one? That's what we're giving away for our Ultimate Soccer Show Christmas present to everybody on the channel that gets into the competition. There'll be a couple of those given away. I'm thinking we're going to give 5 away. And you'll have the chance eventually to win a color of choice, because we're going to do some in different colors. Can't show you right now, but that's the Gold World Cup. So that's the 3D printing done. We've got to say one of the great winners we had recently was Terry down there in Arizona. And we've got the state. That's Terry with Rex, by the way. If you can see up on the picture, that's in the USA. But if you can see over here, that's Rex. Terry named his dragon Rex the Dragon. And I'll tell you what, pretty decent to do that. But getting back inside the frame here, our next winner will be a World Cup winner. But to everybody that entered the competitions, big up to you. And it's all part of growing the family. It's all part of spreading the love. And it's always positive on this channel. We don't settle for negativity. There's enough negativity in the crazy world for the world to deal with itself. I don't get into that. We stay positive. We have fun. And we love your interaction. Whether it's negative or positive, you're allowed to say what you want on this channel down below anytime. And if you're a Notts County fan, tell us what you think about Wrexham. Really, tell us what you think about Wrexham. If you're a Wrexham fan, give us some insights on what you think or fear about Notts County and some of the players they've got coming. But I'll tell you what, let's get into this further right now. So looking at the Women's League, as we look at the Adran, Genero Adran Women's Professional League, I'll tell you this, it's going pretty good so far. Probably better than most maybe have thought. But I've got to say, if you work your asses off and you apply yourself and you do everything you can and you listen to the plan, the coach's plan, and you execute, anything's possible. But I've got to tell you, last weekend I did call for a 2-1 win at Aberystwyth Town. That's exactly what happened. I'm humbled. I'm happy. I don't have to have a big swell head. But when I see a win coming, that's exactly what I see. And that's exactly what happened. So big up to the women, but keep that professionalism going. And let's not forget, prior to that, the 13-0 win. Yeah, I think this team is really firing in the right direction, considering we're coming halfway through the season here, running towards the end of the league next year. They've put themselves in a damn good spot to challenge for a title, per se, in the first season. It's not that I'm guaranteeing that, but it could happen. But this weekend, Sunday the 29th, down at the Rec, the Wrexham women take on the New Saints. Could be a toughie. I'm definitely looking for a win here. I'm definitely looking for a win, and that'll keep Wrexham AFC closer to the front runners, or those in first, Cardiff City women in first. Got to stay in touch if you want to win the title. Let's have a look at the league. So, looking at the New Saints, 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, 14 goals scored, 10 against. So there's goals in, goals out. Leaky defence, but they can score as well. Makes for a decent game. You can see that Wrexham AFC women there, 5 games, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 13 for, 8 against. So both teams can take goals. Both teams can score. I'm looking for Wrexham AFC to get this win. And we're talking the women now. Wrexham AFC women. I'm looking for the women to get the win down at the Rec on Sunday. Let's see what happens. Now, let's take a look at the men and the schedule first of all. So looking at the schedule, remember, I've been saying all October, it's going to be a tough month. My God, what a great month. What an absolutely fantastic month. I mean, this could not have gone any better. And the game that I've been projecting all month, well, longer than that, maybe 5 weeks ago, but the Notts County game, it's here. Meadow Lane, Notts County. Second, taking on third. It's going to be massive. I mean, let's not forget the Sutton United midweek, and what a game that was. What a game. We've got to mention it as we move through, but Paulie Mullin, 14 minutes, gets a start. O'Brien equalises. And then Elliot Lee, that man, Elliot Lee, 9 goals on the season, makes it 2-1. And we get 3 points where it looked like 1. And it makes all the difference in this game, because now it's literally Notts County where you're thinking both teams could do with the points. I mean, this has got draw written all over it. It really has. If there's anybody favourite, it's definitely Notts County on the day. If you're very honest, you have to say so. Wrexham coming in could do some damage, but you literally have to say that Notts County should be looking to take this game. We're going to look at some of the stats here pretty soon, but looking at the standings, you know where people are. We're going to go to the league right now. We'll go and look at the stats. We'll talk about the goal scorers and the guys who assist as well. But looking at the league right now, it is what it is, yeah? There's your top 10. It's looking good. I'm still impressed with Stockport County, and I'm very impressed with Mansfield, who did win a game. So they're not 5 and 9, they're 6 and 8, but they're still undefeated. And remember I said ties will kill you. Well, they really should be a team in the top 3, would you not say, after not conceding a loss all season? Let's say that they were 8 wins and 5 draws. They'd look totally different by now, yeah? But they're not. So they're definitely a heavily stacked defensive team, but they can also score as well. So on their day, they can beat you. But from 13 games, only 5 wins, 8 draws. I wonder if the draws are going to hurt them at the end of the season, should that continue. But looking at the lead, it is what it is. Stockport on top, looking really good. Notts County's Wrexham. This week, does Wrexham equal Notts County on 30 points? Does Notts County continue to pull away? If they do, they'll open up a 6-point gap over Wrexham. Mansfield, like you know, in 4th. And you can see the rest of it happening there. But I'm pretty happy to be in the playoff spots, but I'm ecstatic to be in the automatic spot. But it's come the end of the season where it's really going to matter. And like I say, it's second taking on third. It's going to be interesting. And I mean, when you're talking about a prediction, here's my prediction. Talking a prediction, straight up, I see a draw here. Like I said, I do say that Wrexham is in a game that they can win. They definitely can win. And you say that Paulie Mullin is firing again. That's another good thing. Yeah, 8 games, now 4 goals. So Paulie Mullin back after that punctured lung. And he's looking damn good. He's looking eager to get into it. And I'm quite impressed with the performances so far. He's slowly got that form back up and running. And I think he's going to be a threat for the rest of the season. But don't kid yourself. Notts County definitely has some threat power too. But I got a 1-1 in my mind. This one looks like a draw. It really does. But don't kid yourself. Notts County are the favourite to win this by a hair, 2-1. And Wrexham could win this as well by a goal, 2-1 or 1-0. But like I say, I'm looking for the draw. I just don't see it going any other way. Let's talk a bit more about Notts County. Wrexham, talk the stats right now. Remember, subscribe, and like. Hit the notification button and join us every game through League 2. and cup competitions as well. We talk every game, and we also touch on the opponents of Wrexham AFC every game. Hello, worldwide Wrexham fans. Welcome in again. Now, talking about stats, slowing it down. Talk about goal scorers, League Two goal scorers. Matt Smith, Salford City. Now, Salford knew what they've got when they hired this guy. Yeah, Matt Smith, so far, Salford City on 12. Macaulay Langstaff. Who doesn't know Macaulay Langstaff as a Wrexham fan? If you don't, you should. Macaulay Langstaff, remember that name. He may well impact this game. He's on 11 goals so far. And I tell you, Notts County fans love this guy. Isaac Alaofi and Will Evans, Stockport County, Newport County, both on 10. And then you got Elliot Lee, the man, Elliot Lee, the guy I love. You know I love Elliot. You know I love Elliot. He's fantastic. He does it every game. Yeah? You've got your player. Who's your favourite player with Wrexham? I know Elliot's mine. I sing the praises of Elliot. I sing the praises of other guys too, like Ryan Barnett against Salford City. What a great performance. What a great performance. I'm going to talk about a couple of the guys, once we get out of the stats, who did really exceptionally well, in my mind, that stood out in the game against Sutton United midweek. I'll talk about that at the end. And also Jake Young, Swindon Town, and Louis Barry, another guy from Stockport County on 9. So two guys in the top 7 from Stockport County. That's pretty decent. Talking about assist kings, Jody Jones, Notts County. County fans, you know exactly who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah? 8 assists on the season. And we'll get to some more of his. I'm thinking he's got a couple of goals too, yeah? Will Collar, Stockport County on 6. Charlie Austin, stuck on 5. Dan Kemp on 5. Al Hamadi on 4. Arthur Reed, Jacob Mendy, and Jake Young, Swindon Town, all on 4. And I got to say, there's some decent names, decent players in there. Now, moving along, let's look at this. And what I mean by look at this, look at that. Look at that gorgeous picture. Ollie Palmer and a little wee one with number 9 with Daddy on top. Doesn't that get your heart? I mean, there's beautiful things and there's great things about football and soccer. But when it touches you like that, it's absolutely glorious. That was midweek against Sutton United. There's Paulie Mullin releasing that rocket shot. I'm glad to see he's come back so strong. I was a little worried. And you know what? He's come back faster than I probably thought. And the form that he's picking up right now is going to impact the rest of the season. He's literally 8 games behind the other strikers in the league that are on top of it. We're talking the likes of Macaulay and Matt Smith, yeah? But I'm sure he'll catch them up pretty soon. But Paulie Mullin doing very good. Obviously, Elliot Lee midweek. My man, Elliot Lee. Paul Mullin in behind there, and I tell you, he just can't do any wrong for me. And then finally, shutting it down, Stevie Fletcher. There was a lot of layoff play, a lot of holding the line midweek, a lot of really good touches. And for a couple of goals in 8 games so far, he's doing pretty good. He really is doing pretty good. I mean, I've enjoyed his acquisition, and I think that what he brings adds something to the team. And it also gives Ollie Palmer a bit of a respite or a partner to partner Paulie Mullin. What do you think? Down below. Let me know what you think. But those 3 guys, I'm loving it. Let's talk a bit more about the stats and the key players in this game. Now, because we're talking Notts County, the home team, we're going to talk about 4 players. There's a load of other players that can impact this game, but 4 players that really do pick out. I've got them listed here on my list, and we're starting with the top guy, Macaulay Langstaff. I tell you, 15 games in, 11 goals. Guy's on fire. He was on fire last year. He's always been on fire. And I tell you, if he carries on like this, he's going to have a 40-goal season plus. If he does that and continues this form, Notts County fans, you're going to lose this guy. Someone's coming in from leagues above you, and they're going to take him away from you. That could be a damaging agent. So lock him up till the end of the season and sell him at the end of the season if you have to, but take him with you into League One, because that's what I think Notts County fans should be looking for. Daniel Crowley, yeah? Another guy, 15 games, 7 goals, doing bloody good. Dave McColdrick, another guy, 13 games in, 6 goals. And finally, Jody Jones, 2 goals, but 7 assists, yeah? I mean, let's have a look briefly at the guys that really do it for me on the assists. Jody Jones, as you know, and then Daniel Crowley, another one. McColdrick's the other one. And Kyle Cameron also can assist. Now, looking at those 4 names, keep them in your brains, Wrexham fans. Those are the guys that really can do the damage on you. If you're talking about Wrexham side, this is for the benefit of the Notts County fans listening in. If you don't know too much about the Wrexham, talking goal scorers, Wrexham fans, for the Notts County's sake. Elliot Lee, top scorer so far, 15 games, 9 goals. Paulie Mullin just come back, 9 games in, 4 goals. Ollie Palmer, 15 games, 3 goals. And then you've got a couple of guys all on 2 goals. That being Will Boyle, James Jones, Jake Bickerstaff, Steve Fletcher, and Jordan Davies. So, talking about goal scorers, if you're talking about assist kings with the Wrexham Notts County fans, Jacob Mendy, he's got 4 on the season from 10 games. And I'll tell you, if Jacob Mendy is on his game, County fans, you're not going to like him because he is a strong player and he gets the boot in, puts the crosses in, puts in the effort, and he holds that wing play very, very well. So Jacob Mendy, forget about an easy day against him. Sam Dorby, also a decent player, 3 assists. Elliot Lee, 2 assists. Ollie Palmer, 2. James McLean, 2. And Ryan Barnett as well. Notts County fans, if Ryan Barnett is playing on his game, you will definitely have to watch out what he's doing, because those names that I just gave you, County fans, you're talking guys that are on their game, guys that can do it. And really, if you give them too much space, you're going to regret it. So there we go. That's what we got for this game. I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and come with us every game. Next show coming up is going to be about Liverpool FC, titled "This is crossed out was Liverpool." And if you want to know what football was all about back in the day when it was real men against men, and the older fellas will love that. But if you want to know what football was like in the olden days, and not so far away, but for you young'uns, anything from the 70s or the 80s is like antique ancient time. Well, that's where the game was at its finest in many ways, and also at its lowest point too, for social reasons and other things too. So join us for that one as well. But for the end of the day, I've got to say this much. I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, like it, subscribe it, come back for more, hit the notification button, get ready for that big game, because between these two, Notts County and Wrexham AFC at the Meadow Lane, I tell you, it's going to be a battle. And I've been waiting for this game all month long. Let's get into it. Enjoy it. Cheers.